It's as if you're trying to shoot a screen console players in the foot. It's literally like you're trying to shoot console players in the foot. It's like, why can't you make it so I can like point anywhere on someone's character and just click, 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 even on their freaking like non-existent feet. I could click there and it would bring up their profile quickly. Not this. Nowadays on classic mode, you have to hold your finger on their name tag, hold the option button for 2 seconds, and it would bring up their profile. Why? Why do that? It was never a problem. Okay? Make me a classic mode controls where you're able to click anywhere on their body. The square button on the PS4, PS5 controller in this case, and the right button on the D-pad bring up both of these pointers for both hands quickly, not the little wheel thing on both buttons. I don't want the wheel thing. I want it so if I want the wheel thing, I want the system back where I have to hold down on those buttons for the wheel thing. That was how it always was last year. And that's how I got used to it, and it was just the most fastest and easy to use controls layout of all time. And then you changed it, and now you call this new change. You have listed this new changed controls layout as classic mode, even though it's worse. And now you have this control layout, which I'm trying to get used to. I mean, I have a VR headset, I have a Quest 2, but I don't want to use that all the time. You get what I mean? It's like, I got used to playing Rec Room on PS4. I have a PS5 now, and the best thing in the entire game that I loved was going into open lobbies and playing music for people, playing my guitar for people, and making really charitable best friends. That was the best thing ever. I can't do that as easily anymore because I can't enjoy the game as much anymore. Because the controls. I could probably try to play this one. The thing that I'm most really offended about is just the need to hold your pointer on their name tag. See, it's like, why can't... What's this? What's this other hand? Why do I have this other pointer? What? What does that do? Is this where I click on people's profiles? It's like, why do you have all these new changes? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Jeez. It was never broken. It was so lightning fast. It was like a Call of Duty. Like, the controls layout was like a Call of Duty controls layout. It was so fast, you were able to just zip right through the controls. It was so fast, it was so easy, it was so intuitive, it was so perfect. It was a blessing. And now you changed it to this third change in a year. Of like 2020 was like had 3 changes of the controls for console. It made no sense. It was very it was a punch in the face to me, a console lover of this game. Especially, I like frame rate. I don't want to play Quest 2 Rec Room because I like frame rate, by the way. If you don't know what that is, you darn VR people. I like frame rate. I started on PS4, and now I have to play it now on VR. I'm forced to play on VR because the controls are at least pretty intuitive on VR. I can try to get by on mobile, but it's like, dude, just give us 3 different layouts. Give people the options. Just the options. Give us last year's control layout, your new classic mode layout, and your new default mode layout. I want the last year's version of controls. I don't know why you guys have to keep changing everything without telling us. It's like, just make a petition, or just give us the ability to control map everything we want. Like, seriously. That's all I want. I want last year's. I want like the old school layout, okay? Where I can bring up the pointer on both hands like like your new classic mode, but I want it so I can just click the square button and the right button on the D-pad, and that quickly brings up the pointers. The pointers on both hands, not the D-pad, not the wheel thing. And then I want it so if I want the wheel, I'd have to hold down on those buttons. And I want it so with the pointer, I can click anywhere on someone's body and it brings up their profile. Because if I need to mute someone, or if I need to block someone, it's like, that was so much easier. Why did you change that? Why did you change that? There was no need to change that. Now you have to hold down, now you have to point down, you have to point the cursor at their name tag, and hold down the options button for a second or two just to bring up someone's profile. Nobody asked you to change that. Nobody asked for that change. I don't know why you added that. I don't want that. That's not classic mode. Please give us like an old school mode. And please give PS5 and PS4 players the changeable controls. Why is it that only Xbox One has that? Seriously. That is so goofy. I can't play my favorite game of all time. This really is my favorite game of all time because it really did help me through depression and just some really sinking low times. It made me feel like it was such a this game has always been like a good place for me to like find social circles and make friends, even though I believe that it's best to do that in real life, obviously. But this game, as an introverted person, has been like a very gratifying game, and it has quickly, within like weeks into playing it, when I started playing, it became my favorite game of all time. I am a massive Rec Room enthusiast. Please do this for me and other players. Give us 3 control layouts, like the old school method, your new classic mode, and your new default mode. That's all I want. I want old school. It would even look good in the menu. Change controls, old school. That's it. That's really all it is. There's not much difference from here to PS4, it looks like. But yeah. I don't know why you guys got... Literally last year, you went through 3 totally different control layouts. And it shot players in the foot. I couldn't play this game anymore. I went through actual depression again once I just felt like it was too... The changes were too much. And I felt like I just couldn't play it anymore. I love this game. I made great friends on here. A bunch of shenanigans on the walls. As inappropriate as it is, it was mostly just us having fun, just bonding, and becoming closer friends. I really want this game to become the most popular game of all time, and I want it to succeed. I know I've said some really mildly harsh things in my last ranty videos about the controls, but I can't believe that the devs have never even seen or paid attention to this. I even tried to tag the CEO of Rec Room and shared these videos to them, and they never even passed an eye. They don't care. I can't believe the developers just don't care enough. They just want to... They don't listen to the players. And it's heartbreaking. I just want this game to be successful. It's my favorite game, but I'm forced to play it how they want me to play it, which is VR. Which I don't always want to play all the time on VR. I like frame rate. I like the ability to just sit down, and I can always find talent show rooms, and I can just play guitar for people, and I can play music for people. Don't know why I'm forced to have to deal with one layout of controls, because the controls make or break a game. By the way, it's not you might think that it's not a big deal, but it kind of is a big deal in a lot of cases. I feel like the old school, last year's method of controls, the control layout, was so much more intuitive. There was so much going on, and there was just so much balance, and arguably they were just so perfect for controller. But they changed all of that. Don't know why. So I'm forced off of my favorite console of choice when it comes to this game. I feel like there has to be maybe mods for PC version, so you can just control map everything to wherever you want. Maybe something like that, maybe. But yeah, this has been Choco signing off. Please, devs, please pay attention to this. I deeply love this game. It helped me through a lot. Just please take my advice. That's all I ask. Just contemplate on it. That's all I want. I just want to be able to play this game on PS5. Not my VR headset, not my Quest 2. I don't want to always have to be able to play on Quest 2. I like to be able to play music for my friends. But yes, please just contemplate the advice. Give us just different control layouts, 3 of them. Now you have 2 of them, but you haven't granted it to us PlayStation players. Just give us more layouts, and just give me my favorite layout back. I know you guys know which one I'm talking about as well. It was before, I think 5 months ago or something, when you changed them. But yes, I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you if anyone has watched this video.